gentlemen, we are back. And we're rolling. Here we go. This is the Somebody Stop Me podcast. It's me, your host, Aaron Weber, stand-up comedian from Nashville, Tennessee. It's been a while since my last episode. I apologize for that. Hopefully going to get this thing going a little more regularly. I feel like I've said that a few times, but I actually feel it now. I feel it in my bones. You know, it's going to happen. And appreciate you guys being along for the ride. This part of the episode is going to be pretty short because I've got a fairly long conversation with my friend John Crist. And this was taped a while ago, back in February, I believe. So a lot has happened since this interview or conversation took place. Primarily the spring leg of the Human Being Tour, which he was nice enough to take me along with him for. And so I have a lot of stories about that, a lot to recap, but we'll do that on the next episode. I kind of just want to launch right into this interview. We talk about a lot of fun stuff, and I appreciate John for coming on here and doing this. I do want to announce one thing. I will be headlining Zanies Comedy Club in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm very excited about that. It's my first headlining gig at a big club like that. And so it's a big deal in my comedy career, and I'm very excited about it. It is going to be on November 20th. That's a Wednesday night, November 20th at Zanies Comedy Club in Nashville, Tennessee. I'd love to have some people come out, and it'd be really cool if we could pack the place for that, because it's going to be a fun night for sure. Like I said, I'll have more details about the tour. I'll do a longer recap and run through some of the highlights of the past few months on the next episode. But for now, I want to launch right in. And so here is me and John Crist, who came over to my home studio and recorded this. Hope you guys enjoy it. Take it away. Here we go. We are rolling, dude.
We out here.
We're out here.
That's
dude.
how you start your podcast. We are rolling.
We're rolling.
Hey,
this is a big deal for you, man.
I should need M&Ms on your podcast.
You do whatever you want, dude. Chew gum,
There's
spit.
no rules. That's what people like. All right, hey, you know what? I'm listening to this podcast. You know what? I could have used some more chewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right into the microphone.
Oh yeah, it could have moved. Yeah.
I got some pizza in there. You want to eat some pizza,
yeah,
man?
We'll do some. We'll eat some salad. I'm into it.
Yeah. Well, I got some sound effects and stuff if you want to throw those headphones on at any point.
Oh shoot,
they're not that important, but
I'll put them on.
I just like to give a warning up top.
Oh, you don't like cussing and vulgarity? Click up off this channel. It's gonna go downhill tonight.
That's what I like to say up top, just to let them know what it is.
Just so everyone knows.
That's a guy named Mega Skeet 420.
Of course. Where is he?
I found him on YouTube.
Yeah.
He made videos talking about Alabama football.
Seems like a good guy.
His videos have like 1,000 views.
Yeah. That's would be like if what's his name again?
Mega Skeet 420.
Yeah, Mega Ski 420. You'd be like, hey, if it was like a multiple choice, who do you think this guy is a football fan of? UCLA,
Yeah, Duke,
UMass, Harvard,
yeah,
or Alabama.
He is Alabama through and through.
What's Dusty's joke about Alabama?
He said, "Where I'm from, you either an Alabama fan or you went to college." But I didn't go to college, so roll tide. You know? Yeah, Mega Skeet. I've been following that guy for a long time. He stopped making videos like 3 years ago, but
yeah. Well, that's what all the people that I think you and me follow are like. They're so close to like. Are they serious or are they joking? Like
yeah, I can't tell.
Like Thrill Ride and like Gary V.
Thrill Ride and Gary V.
They could be like dumb or they could be genius and we're not.
You never
sure.
know. Yeah. It's like it's almost self-parody at a certain point.
Your like who is it I was talking to? One comic that went out with who's the guy from The Hangover?
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, they went like a featured for him for a weekend.
Okay,
they were like out with him like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and he came back to like. This is when we were in Denver. He came back to like open mic on Monday, and we were all like, "Dude, how was it? Like, how was it?" It was amazing. He's like, "Okay, I was with him for 4 days, and like, I don't know if he was like messing with me or if he was serious."
Yeah,
and that's unbelievable to me. I like he was like, you know how he is in like The Hangover. It's like either he's like dumb.
Yeah.
Or he's so much more intelligent than anyone.
Sure.
But like, there's not that much different between like Thrill Ride and like Skeet Master or whatever his name is.
You don't like cussing and vulgarity?
I like to say, how's it going, man?
Just sitting out here chilling like a villain.
Yeah.
But like Ed Bassmaster.
Yeah, you
He's
showed
like,
me that guy.
He's
Yeah.
like, you don't know. Like, is this guy like, and like a lot of people, and the great part about Zach Galifianakis is he's never really like explained himself or like on like a Between Two Ferns, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I think this is like a joke.
Yeah.
But like, and that's a lot of my videos where like people are like, hey, is this like I had a joke for like Christian Uber, like an app,
Yeah.
but it's like, and people are like, hey, I'm in like the app store and I can't find it.
Oh my god.
But you never like, it's a joke. I would never
let's
say
be
that.
honest. Those people are stupid.
Yeah, I would be like, well, maybe it's a day for Android. I don't know. I'd just be like, I got it on my, like, just never like.
It's just
'cause-
an Android app.
But if you want, like Thrill Ride to be, he can be whoever you want him to be.
Yeah.
Like Gary Vee, if you
Yeah.
want him to be like a joke,
Yeah.
or if you want him to be like it
changed my life.
Yeah. he can do both.
Yeah.
And if you want me, it's like the same with comedy. It's like, what is he like? Is this like a brilliant social commentary, or is
yeah.
this guy an idiot?
But 9 times out of 10, the guy's just being an idiot, right? Most
I mean, 50-50.
I mean, it's
don't
always
know.
safer to take them that way, I think.
Is he like, all right, well, let's say
Comics are modern day philosophers, dude.
Thank
That's
you,
what people
dude.
like to say.
I was like, hey, don't put me in that
Yeah,
category.
not at all.
I went to see last night. I drove down to Memphis to see Medea's farewell tour.
Wait, what?
It was unbelievable. Dude.
Was it a musical?
No, it was Medea, dude. You know
Tyler
Medea?
Perry?
Yeah, it was like a play.
Did you know Medea is not a name? It's a term
What is it?
that black people use for their grandmother. It's like my dear, Medea.
Really?
Yeah.
That's changing my life.
Yeah, I thought it was.
What kind of research are you
I
doing,
thought it
my
was.
man?
I just asked a black person.
I think that's a sketch on one
Maybe
of,
they're messing with me. See, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they. Who knows?
But I don't think the woman's name is Medea.
Hmm.
I think that's just what they call her. It's like calling her nanny.
Oh, she has. It's like she has grandma, but she has another name.
Yeah. Well, you drove to Memphis to see a movie?
No, the live shows at the.
They do a live show
where the Grizzlies play. Sold out.
Oh my! What do they do?
It's 20,000 people.
Is it
in
like
there.
figure skating?
No, it's like that's Medea on ice.
Medea on
dude.
ice. Yeah.
No, I just like to go for my own show. Just watch what other people are like.
Okay.
It was like a play. I don't really do plays, and
No.
I don't really do like scenes.
No.
But I could do like a sketch video, but live.
Okay. So you got really inspired by this Medea
Yeah, I
show.
mean,
This tour's about to be wild.
yeah, it's gonna be
dude.
there. Well, we were probably like. I'll tell you what. I didn't have too many. Didn't have too many fans in there.
You don't think so?
No, I didn't have to. There not too many people were like, "Oh, John Crist is here."
Well, that's going to change today. I actually
Okay.
have a lot of my fans are Tyler Perry fans.
dude. Yeah, same fans.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I was saying. This is going to be big for you, man.
It
This
was-
like you think you're selling tickets now.
You're like, hey, when did it change?
when it changed? Well, I got that Aaron Weber bump that
Hey,
put me over the edge.
I don't want to brag.
You're going to be doing what's above an arena?
What is it?
That's what you're gonna be
a
doing.
stadium.
Yeah, no.
Stadium.
What's above that?
The world.
I'm doing like inauguration
Fields,
speeches.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it depends. I think when didn't Trump like he said it was like
Oh,
everybody
he
was
had
there. but
87 million people were
Yeah.
there. I think the number was.
everyone was there.
Yeah,
the whole
everyone-
population.
Yeah, the pictures were lying.
That's what I love about you. You heard that that guy on from Empire that like faked his own like hate crime.
Oh yeah.
Yo, the world is going to a strange place,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Wait, he didn't fake it.
Oh, he did.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh,
It just came out that the police are now.
We're not
listing
breaking
him.
this on your podcast.
No,
I was like, yo,
no.
I talked to him.
It
CNN's
just came
reporting.
out that he is now like an official suspect
Okay.
for his own crime because
All
he
right, so-
essentially filed a fake police report.
Yeah. Okay. So that's so he paid some dudes to come up and
Yeah,
like,
2 extras on his shows, $3,500 to beat him up. Yeah.
no way.
Yeah,
dude.
$3,500. I'd do it if you paid me.
Yeah, I would do- but those guys aren't in trouble.
I don't know. I don't know what they're.
They can't be because they were paid to beat him up by him.
Yeah, and they didn't file the police report. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting legal territory there.
Well, did you watch Fire Festival?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Dude, that this stuff, like all this, the world. I don't know. I honestly, this is too much.
Yeah.
Like the world is a wild, wild place.
Did I tell
dude.
you what I did with Kid Rock? Did I ever tell you
Yeah,
that
yeah,
story?
100%. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, My buddy Joe Kelly. Yeah, we did that.
All right, that might be the solution. Like the solution instead of like for me, like when people like complain on the internet and like go like angry and like the mob, like I read a quote that somebody says, the definition of class is getting ran out of town and looking like you're leading a parade.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah, that's
so
a great
might
quote.
as well use this like whatever is happening on the internet for your own like like this the guys that are on like Kimmel, they're like it's a joke, it's a fake. But then it's what he did the thing with. Remember, he did the handstand and then he fell on the table and lit the hair on fire.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like 3 years. It was like Kimmel. So he paid a girl, to do like a twerk stand. This is back when that was a thing.
Okay,
3 years ago, and
it's still a thing, by the way.
Yeah, hey,
I'm into it.
I like how he leaned up into the mic. Hey, still a thing though. Yo, we got it, dude. We got it.
Yeah.
So we did like this girl's an actor in LA, twerk stand up on her door.
Okay.
Roommate opens the door, and then she falls onto a coffee table, which has candles on it, lights on fire.
Oh, it's like a Rube Goldberg machine.
And then the
almost,
video,
yeah.
and then she starts screaming, and the video stops.
Yeah.
And then so posted it to like an account, and then it like went viral, and she was like on every news channel, and like nobody stopped to like look at her like IMDb or like asked like, hey, how come it
was all completely
it was all fake, which is like the other day I saw a Trump tweet to LeBron James. I don't know why we're getting into all this, but it was like, you know, when you scroll in your Instagram feed, there's screenshots.
Sure.
It was like, LeBron James is trash. He's past his prime. I don't know why he still is standing up for these social issues. No one likes him anyway. And I screenshotted it and sent it to my buddy. I was like, dude, this kind of childish that Trump would say this, man. I don't. And then I went back to find it in his feed, and it wasn't there.
Oh, it was fake.
Yes.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, I'm getting bamboozled.
Yeah. You fell for it.
I fell
dude.
for it. And I was like, man, because my buddy one time posted like a Muslim gets attacked on an airplane while people were screaming Trump
Oh my God!
for life,
That
or
checks every box.
something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, and in this video was this guy getting dragged off this United Airlines flight for like it was something like he had like math equations on his like something like about he was like
He was sketching out a
plotting.
bomb.
Yeah. And then so my buddy tweets it and he's like, hey, like can't believe this is happening in Trump's America. Da 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 da. And then I was like, oh, that's weird. And then like probably 5 days later, we see like. So-and-so is like a YouTuber in like LA and like does stunts. And I go, dude, you got to like follow that up and say my bad.
Yeah.
Like it's not, but he's like, it's already like passed.
Well, the
I was like,
lesson
no,
here
but
is to not jump on it like right away. That's
yeah,
what everybody does. They
Like
see it.
that might
I
be the lesson.
immediately have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't we wait a little bit?
Just take like the empire, like I can't believe racism still exists because then you're gonna be at the mercy of like I might have to track this one back, but no one tracks it back.
No, it's just you see something that confirms your worldview.
Then you're like, yes,
Jump on it right away.
and then you're like, because nobody like I maybe not that I have like a huge following, but I do have some responsibility to. Like if somebody sends me a photo of like a church, I go, where is this church?
Okay.
How about you go take a photo standing in front of it?
Yeah.
Because like it could, like, did you take this?
Yeah.
And then it goes, because rarely do I post something from somebody else for this reason. I go, did you take this? You're like, no, it's like my buddy sent it to me. I was like, well, then I can't post this.
Yeah.
Because it could be a guy that like he's just doctoring his own church
Or he
sign.
went up and changed the letters on it.
Yeah,
The
or
church
he
doesn't
maybe
even...
he's like a youth kid and he like did something like I was like that.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Can I
for
tell you
me.
one of those church signs actually changed my life?
Did it? Yeah,
It was called Cornerstone something, real small church right up the street from where I grew up, and they had a different phrase every week.
Yeah.
And
Funny or no?
sometimes they were funny,
yeah.
but one time it just said, "Be the person your dog thinks you are."
Oh, real life.
And I think about that all the time.
You just pulled over, put it in park, and just like I need a minute here.
Yeah. Ooh, man, yeah.
That John 3:16. Nah,
No,
but this,
dude, be the person your dog thinks you are.
this real life right here.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I got all the way in, huh? Mm-hmm. I always think maybe somebody's like, hey, you're like in heaven, Everybody's celebrating. Some guy taps you on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, man." You're like, "What?" He's like, "Are you that sign guy from First Baptist in Donaldson?" Like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm only here because of you, man."
You brought people to the Lord,
unbelievable, dude. Well, I was having a real bad. My marriage was struggling, and
then I thought about my dog.
I saw that sign. And
Yeah.
I decided to come in on Sunday morning, and the pastor delivered the message. I got saved.
I did see a cartoon. It was a guy who gets to the gates of St. Peter, and there's a dog barking on the other side of the gate. And
Yeah.
It says, "I've been waiting for you this whole time." I was like, man, that got me emotional, dude.
Yo, this got me wrecked.
Yeah, sometimes I don't think we deserve dogs.
Nah, we don't.
No,
we
every
definitely
now and
don't.
then I feel like I want one, but
Yeah.
I know I'm not responsible enough.
Or you're gonna have to leave for 4 days at a time.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you like seeing other people's dogs?
a little bit.
Nah, I don't.
You don't like seeing other
Nah,
people's
because
dogs?
they're too confident in their dog. Because they think
Okay.
everyone loves their dog like they love their dog.
Yeah.
And like you can't just let this thing licking folks in the elevator.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's funny when people take you see someone walking with a dog. Oh, it's a beautiful dog.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't make it.
You bought it.
You bought it. Yeah, it's just a thing
Modern
you bought.
day slave trade. You
Pretty-
can't. Take that out. Actually, I'm just kidding. You own that
Yeah, you
dog.
can stereotype it.
Are they all from him?
Oh yeah, these are all
Yes,
Mega
no.
Skeet 420 quotes
I'm
right
just
here.
just try to lead me into these drops so I
Okay.
can just get as many as possible in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we gonna? Is there a?
Yeah, dude. So I put a phone number out.
Yeah.
And I said,
Oh,
John's
yeah,
going to be
I
on the
forgot about that.
podcast.
Yep.
And some people left voicemails,
That's
dude.
concerning.
I figure we can go through them.
How many we got?
4 or 5.
Some of them are
not
probably-
much.
Yeah. All right. If some,
they're all for you, which is a little insulting.
Is
But
any of these from? They're not like from ex-girlfriends or people that know me.
no,
personally? All
no,
right, yeah.
not that I know of. They don't mention it. Let's start with this is a great question here. This is from Brock.
Hi, my name is Brock. I have a question for John Crist. I know you came up in the comedy clubs, and I was just wondering, how do you toe the line between the Christian comedy that you do now and kind of like being funny across the board, and how that kind of plays into how careful do you have to be, that kind of thing. If that makes sense. Anyways, loving the podcast, Aaron. Keep going. Thanks. This is Brock. Bye-bye.
There you go.
Yeah,
Is
great
that like,
question.
is that your roommate or is that
No,
actually
that's a real guy named
that's
Brock. I don't
good
know
for
who
that
that
guy.
is.
I respect that guy.
Did you
man.
think he was fake because he said he was a fan of my podcast?
No.
I got real fans out here, dude. That is a great question. And even I,
Love the
I
pod,
get
dude.
asked all the time.
Yeah.
People are like, how do I get into Christian comedy?
You'd say don't try.
And this is what I tell them, and you can disagree with me, but I say, get into comedy first.
Yeah, get into telling jokes first.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it was. I honestly, I'm trying to think because I was like, I'm not a better moral person than anyone. I mean,
Sure.
I look at some people I'm like, oh, I'm better than him. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, but I remember one time when I was a kid, I called my brother a fool. Like my brother, because he was like literally called him a fool. Like we're all homeschooled, and he didn't know what a math.
That's such a lame insult.
Yeah,
bro.
like, what a fool. Yeah, like very. And there's
What a dingbat.
And there's a Bible verse that says, if you call your brother a fool, you're in danger of hell's fire.
Wow.
That's a real verse.
Wow.
But it's meaning not a fool, but like in general, like call him less.
But you use the exact word.
And I use the exact, and it lined up with the exact verse, and that was like, you can't do that in the Crist house.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom washed my mouth out with soap. She's like, "This is." You think that kind of
Yeah, were you raised in the 1940s?
Yeah, that's
dude?
you think it's like some kind of like classical time period.
Yeah.
It's not. It was the 90s.
You put your dunce cap on, and then you put the soap in your mouth.
There's a music playing. Ding, ding, ding. They can't do that.
That is old school parents.
Michael said, Michael's a buddy of ours, a
DJ
mutual buddy.
Michael,
DJ,
dude.
Mike.
Shout out, guy.
Remember, he said he used to have to. His parents would put rice, uncooked rice, on the floor, and he would have to kneel on it.
No
Yes,
way.
like it hurt in the corner. He had
That's
to
like
kneel.
fraternity hazing.
That sounds painful.
Yeah.
It's like, geez, mom, chill.
That's a lot. What do you think he had to do to get that?
Yeah, I mean,
That was a lot.
That's the next voicemail. He's like,
told
hey.
you, my dad would spank me, but he would, like if I got in trouble on Monday, he would go,
Friday.
Yeah. Friday.
No way.
Friday you're getting spanked.
Dude, that's way worse.
So then
that's
week I'm just thinking about it.
Oh, I can't. That's
Yeah.
way worse.
That's brilliant,
way
actually.
worse. It's pretty smart. Hey,
Yeah, it worked.
Next Thursday.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I wrote out a last will one year.
You did.
Yeah, with like a crayon.
Hey, if you don't hear from me again.
I was like, yo, leave my baseball cards to my brother. I had more assets back then than I do
Ozzie Smith
now.
rookie card.
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to keep the Ken Griffey Jr.
I had a signed Barry Bonds rookie card.
What?
Yeah.
What'd you do with it?
I thought maybe I'll hold on to this for 20, 30 years and it'll be worth way more than it was back then.
Yeah.
The worst financial decision of my life.
No, it'll come back around.
No, it won't.
It'll come back around.
It never will.
Hey, everyone that doesn't vote him in the Hall of Fame, you should just ask them, hey, when's the last time baseball was popular? And they're gonna be
1998
like,
or 2001.
Yeah, when he was that's the last time I watched baseball.
Yeah.
When Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds were
It was so much
pounding home.
fun.
It was
back then, dude.
unbelievable,
It was
dude.
awesome. Yeah, Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire.
It just makes me mad that there's some like rich white baseball writers that get to decide. Like that.
Do you think a baseball player using steroids is like a comic using writers? You think that's a fair analogy?
It's well, it's not fair to say it's like a comic stealing jokes. That would be sick.
No, that's too much.
We can't allow that.
Yeah.
But a comic using writers,
Yeah.
because that's not a secret.
Yeah.
If someone asks, like, because I was with Larry the Cable Guy this weekend, he said he had 3.
Okay.
Or used to. He doesn't anymore.
It's
but-
a lot more common than
and,
people.
and also peer to peer. I don't look down on that.
No.
I was like, I wish I could afford writers.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
A
like,
lot of that's just like punch up, right? Like let's just
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah.
together.
Or he goes, hey, like if Sammy Sosa or Barry Bonds was good at baseball.
Oh, they were so good.
No, but prior to they were still
Bonds was a
good.
Hall of Famer before he took
yeah, they were
steroids.
still good. Yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
Now that might have made him like you can't. If your like roommate was like, "Hey, I want to do comedy. Let's help you write." It's never gonna work.
Yeah.
You still have to. Like Alex Rodriguez was still good at baseball.
Exactly.
No, it might have made him a little better, incrementally better, maybe a lot better, but you can't say he's like. If it wasn't for steroids, who'd never made it.
No, they can heal the sick, but they can't raise the dead.
Come on, dude.
You know what I
That's
mean?
the verse too.
I got all kinds
that
of
should
quips,
be in front.
dude.
That should be a church sign.
Yeah, that should be up there right next to be the kind of person.
Can heal
That
sick, but you can't
steroids
raise
make
the-
you.
That's what you know. What Ralphie May told me one time
What's that?
about stealing jokes.
No.
He goes, we're like, hey, what about this guy stealing your jokes or stealing jokes? He goes, hey, they can dip a bucket into the well, but they ain't got the source. I was like, yo, dude.
Wow.
So they can dip a bucket into yours,
Yeah.
but they don't have the source that you do.
Wow.
And then I think he was talking about God. I'm
I
not
love
sure, but
I don't
no,
know.
he wasn't.
He probably, I was going to say probably not.
Yeah, he probably not.
Knowing Ralphie. That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, we got to answer this guy's question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I mean, I just think if you say I want to go into Christian comedy, that's not even really what
I'm
this
a
guy's
Christian
asking.
comic myself, and if you told me I was going to a Christian comedy show, I'd be like, I'm not going. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think if you're like, I want to become a Christian comic, that's like saying I want to play country music. Well, it's like, well, you got to learn how to play the guitar first.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Then you can decide. Once
Exactly.
You get,
Then you can branch out and talk about what you want to talk
You
about.
could always like country music from day one, but you
Yes.
can't say there's no. You're not doing anyone any favors by there's a couple guys that are like, well, I'm a Christian comedian and I use my comedy as like a ministry. Like I go downtown to like open mics and I'm like. I reach out to these comics that are like sad. I was like,
my gosh,
I go, you're
dude.
not doing by not being funny. You're not helping.
Yes.
You're hurting.
You're
It's like
doing way more harm than good.
way more harm
Yeah.
than you're like, hey, I'm a Christian. I'm just like hanging around. Don't. You know, I think I read a quote. A lot of quotes tonight. I feel like
I
we're
love
just
it,
quote
man.
machines.
Yeah, dude.
They're like the goal of the. It was a cobbler. You know what a cobbler is?
The Adam Sandler movie,
No, a cobbler.
The Cobbler.
What does he do?
He makes shoes.
Yeah, cobbler. The quote was, it must be an old quote, said, the goal of the Christian cobbler is not to put a little cross and a Bible verse on the back of every pair of shoes, but just make great shoes.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you have any blacksmith quotes?
Yeah, it was the same. Yeah. Just if you're like, just make, you know what's going to be, you know what is going to make God proud is if you are just great at your craft.
Dude,
And he gave you a
yeah.
gift, work at it, cultivate it, practice it, be diligent at it. That's what's going to make. If you don't mention his name once, he's not that insecure. He's like, what? You didn't say my Now if you were like lying and cheating and stealing and talking bad about other people, then he probably cares about that.
Sure.
He probably cares, but he's not like, what? He didn't mention me.
Yeah.
He's like, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not that insecure.
Yeah.
He's like, and I bet he takes, like at Larry the Cable Guy, because he was like, man, I don't, because there's a lot of my fans in there this weekend. And he's like, man, I just don't, I feel like I was like, some of my jokes are like inappropriate or something like that. And I go, dude, I honestly, I think God like looks down on that theater and is thrilled.
Yeah.
The people are like being lifted up and encouraged.
He's not bringing anybody down.
No,
with this
no.
joke.
He
It's
said
just
like
silly.
He said I couldn't bring like he was like he was kind of he wasn't sad, but he was just saying, hey man, I feel bad about this joke. He's like he said he goes hey, I got mad at the airport. They stopped me at TSA. They wouldn't let me bring my emotional support stripper on the plane. He's like, I tell you what, when we're getting into some turbulence and I can't motorboat a pair of titties, I'm gonna be upset or something. Like
gosh.
it's like it's not
hilarious.
dirty.
No,
I mean,
it's
it's
just
not.
funny.
Yeah, it's just it's just childish.
Yes.
It's not. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's not scandalous in
no,
any way.
it's just and also it's fictitious in a way that no one's doing that.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
It's so plainly absurd.
It's so you're like it's stupid.
You see the headline the next. Larry the Cable Guy advocates
yeah.
bringing
Or public
sex
something,
trafficked
like-
women on planes.
Like,
It's like,
okay,
no, come on, dude.
Yeah. It's like that's like my jokes. It's like it's real dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're embarrassed of it, it's because it's a dumb joke, not
Yes.
because it's dirty.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I don't really defend that joke. It's just because it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some dumb, like just because I have a couple like play on words jokes that I was like, I'm trying to think of what would work for like Larry the Cable Guy, and I was like, I did the one joke about I was like, I was in the mall and that lady with the clipboard came up to me. She's like, are you be willing to donate your time or money to support animal rights? I was like, what if I just do both? It'd be like killing two birds with one stone.
That's a
Like,
good joke.
but it's really very like this didn't happen.
Yeah.
She's like, you can donate with cash, check, or credit. I was like, as one when I skin a cat. I just on and on with the animal rights. I was like, man, I got other fish to fry. Can't swing a dead horse in this mall without trying to hit a just like it's just
beating a dead horse.
it's like it didn't like. You know who John Roy is? Comedian?
No.
All right, he was like he's been on Conan a bunch of times. He talked to me after my set. He goes, hey, you're funny, but like those stories didn't happen.
Yeah, dude.
But in a good way. He wasn't trying to like say like I was not good. He goes, it's like, you watch other comics, you're like, okay, this story I was like, I was being chased by the cops, and then I looked over and I told the cop, like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, sure.
Now, if you want to be like an absurdist comic, then fine.
Yeah.
Like a suspended belief type comedian. But like that's like that story in the about your McDonald's story in the drive-thru.
Yeah.
But it could have happened.
It could have happened.
That absurd.
Yeah. But in reality, it's, I just thought in the moment, what if I did this?
And
That's what the
probably
joke
what
became.
happened was like hey, do you want to pay it forward?
Yes.
That probably happened.
That's what happened to me.
And then
Yeah.
you were like, I wonder, and then your brain kind of took it
Yes.
to a place.
Yes.
So like, but I wouldn't listen to that bit and be like, this didn't happen.
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
you think?
No. Because, I mean, like as a comic,
Yeah.
any
yeah.
story that a comic tells that has like a perfect ending,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, that didn't happen.
But it is
Because
something like that happened.
No stories in real life have like a perfect ending.
No.
With a callback at
No.
the end and
Yeah.
everything.
And then
It's
I
like,
yelled
you
to the
have-
guy, did you though?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, fat boy.
Yeah. None of that happened.
Oh, and of course he has like a raised up like F-150 truck. Like he might have just had like a Ford Focus.
Exactly. You think I remember that many details about what it? No,
I have no idea.
Of course
Yeah.
not.
All right, so but I tell the story about the drive-through about Michael coming behind me, and that did happen.
Yes.
But I didn't yell at her like, "Hey,
You didn't
I'm following
follow
her."
the girl
Yeah, no,
home.
that didn't happen. I just,
No.
then-
But I think that's obvious when you tell that joke.
yeah, so that's the end of it. Is like, 'cause you
Imagine
have
if they
to-
thought you were serious. Like,
Yeah,
You followed a girl home.
You shouldn't do that.
Relax,
It's like killing, silent.
Yes. Whoa.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah, that
too
got
far.
weird.
Wow.
But I guess to answer this question, I don't know if
did we cover it?
Well, he just said, how do you toe the line between? Well, you just do comedy, right?
Yeah, I think the line is all right. So the Medea show last night, they were like he was literally like preaching at the end of it.
Oh wow!
Because he's always very
Is
inspirational.
Tyler Perry in the show
as Medea?
Oh wow!
So it's like a live.
It's not like an off Broadway.
No, because everybody was on. Everybody meet the whatever that other guy. There's the man David Mann. Meet the I don't know. There's a bunch of people all very funny, and he started talking about. Sometimes you got to start seeing your blessing, but you're too focused on what you're living in right here, and you got to look at the Lord will never lead you astray. And started going like literally preaching.
Wow.
And black culture, they was also like swearing, but not like they wouldn't say the F word, but they would say like the A word or that's some bull.
Yeah.
Like, and it's this question is strange because me and Shane were there in that culture that is permissible.
Sure.
But if I said the A word, it's over. It's not over. It's not
yeah.
over, but
Yeah.
that's problematic.
That would change the dynamic.
Yeah. And so like somebody told me the other day, it's funny that as a Christian, in the places I go, you can say the term, you get home from work and how was your day? I had the day from hell. You can say that, but you can't say I had a hell of a day.
Wow.
Because that's swearing.
I heard you say that. I didn't know that was a distinction.
Because a hell of a day is like an adjective, like a descriptive word.
Yeah.
And like a day from hell is a place, like a noun.
Yeah. What about Hades? Does that change it at all? You say Hades?
You can say that.
I learned about Hades from
that's like in Revelation.
Sling Blade.
Yeah.
Remember that? They say Hades a bunch.
With Wesley Snipes? No, that's Blade. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sling Blade with Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay.
That is
a little different.
Yeah, tremendously different movie. But
yeah, I would. All right. The only reason if you say I'm like a Christian comedian is because that I was like, hey, I'm just gonna write. Like somebody told me about writing like unstealable bits. So like if you do the difference between like men and women, or like I could do that, you could do that. Any open mic comic they do that. But if the things that are so true to you. Like Catholic with a Jewish girlfriend.
yes.
Like a smoker with sleep apnea.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't steal that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't.
I hope to God you're never able to steal that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's so or like hey.
I've heard Burt Kreischer say that. He had some jokes stolen, so he just started writing stories
that you can't.
You so clearly can't.
That if somebody else is doing the machine, we'd all be like, yeah,
exactly.
pretty sure
that didn't happen. Dude.
I'm pretty sure. Like when I was in college, I was an intern and we went to Russia. Like that sounds a lot like Burt's.
Yes.
It's called the contraption. You're like, it seems like a.
Well, that actually might be a good segue into this next question here. This doesn't say the name. Wow.
Oh, no name.
Anonymous.
Oh, I like it.
Hey, John. I was just wondering what you consider Christian music, because I've heard a lot of people say that Switchfoot is kind of a Christian band, but then I listen to music that's labeled Christian, and I don't hear them talking about God or Jesus or anything. It's just very generic. So I was wondering, where do you draw the line for Christian music, and like what has to be in music for it to be considered Christian?
Dang, that's I feel like I have like a lot
Yeah,
of responsibility
this
that
is
I'm
a little
not ready.
more hard hitting than
I'm
I
not
was
ready
planning
for.
on. I'm sorry, man.
We were like, I should have brought my Bible. Yeah. How about how'd you start comedy?
Well,
Why is that now?
I'll say for me, it's POD and Creed, and then everybody else.
Yeah, there you go.
It's if you're not singing about
Get Out.
If you're not.
We are,
exactly. Youth of the Nation,
the
dude.
Youth of the Nation. That's like still on like Monday Night Football and stuff commercial.
Boom,
break.
that song. That album came out on
Boom,
September
here comes a
11th,
boom.
2001.
No, it didn't.
I swear to gosh.
What?
Swear to God. Yeah, I went in. I bought it the day of 9/11.
Boom, here comes a boom.
I had a POD
Ready
fan
or not.
website.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
You take it down?
And well, I stopped paying for it.
Oh yeah,
But
that
I had
happens.
a Creed fan website, and then I graduated to POD.
So you're saying that URL is still available if you stop paying for it?
Myownprison.com.
I'm gonna get that. I bet that's taken.
Yeah.
I bet that's by now.
I think so.
Yeah, my own prison has been it's been reserved.
Yeah.
All right, this sounds like an intellectual. It's a Christian music or any type of music is like a social construct,
Wow.
right? It's not.
I'm gonna wait a second.
There's no.
Let you flesh this out.
Okay, well, like same with like if you say, because I know a lot of comedians like a lot of comedians that are like I won't mention their names, but they're good buddies of mine. They're in LA and you watch their comedy, it's like vulgar. They're like swearing.
Yeah.
They're making sex jokes. But these guys are buddies of mine, and and professing Christians, so you just have a different set of values then.
Yeah.
So I was like, I would rather not swear, but no one on earth would say that Tyler Perry is not a Christian.
Sure.
He's like very, very outspoken about his faith, but in his culture, you can say BS, and it's no problem. So to say like, oh, like Mumford and Sons was like, those guys are like, their dad's like a preacher, but they say like one of their songs, they say like the F word or something. So,
But dude,
so
many of their songs have religious.
yeah, but
undertones.
so by saying one F word, that would disqualify them from the Christian radio station.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, or maybe the Christian bookstore.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what she's asking. But you can't say that all those guys that are my buddies that like swear, you would be making a mistake by saying that guy's not a Christian, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I agree completely.
Or like, what about Jeff Foxworthy? Or even Larry the Cable Guy, both professing believers in Jesus.
Yes.
So, but are they a Christian comedian? Nah, no. Mm-hmm. But are they?
I think ultimately these distinctions aren't very important.
They're not ultimately, like currently, are of no importance.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah,
I agree with you.
So, but all right. So what? Here's I think of what she's asking. I could be wrong, but in the problem in the whole culture is like, if it's Christian, we all have to accept it. Like this Christian movie, like God's Not Dead, is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. But we all had to like rally around it because it's like
really?
Us Christians now have like a movie
That
like
was Catholics with Passion of the Christ.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
this is we have to. So no, Passion of the Christ was actually great film though.
Fantastic film.
Or you're not embarrassed to have be associated with it. It's well done. Well, it had a great budget.
Well, with Mel Gibson. But
yeah. Well,
I'm kidding. I love Mel Gibson. That guy has not been in a bad movie.
He can't. A lot
do
of
any
great
wrong.
movies. A lot of great. Well, he can. But, yeah,
On screen.
that one time.
On screen
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. Yeah.
But if you like, and so it's easy for a parent to be like, hey, this is Christian, take it, versus this is not Christian, get it out.
Yeah.
Versus like having to sit down and watch everything on Netflix before your kids watch it. Mm-hmm. So there's some things that are Christian that are like deemed, hey, inappropriate. But like, all right, so there was a girl that was like she was like a stripper. She's like a long time like stripper escort or something like that. Got saved, turned her life around, and is now living for the Lord. And it's like working at a church or something like that. Mm-hmm. And she wrote a book about everything. And the Christian, like the Christian bookstores refused to run it because of it was so graphic about the stories prior.
Oh,
but she's like, but this is what the grace.
It's part of her story.
This
right?
is what the grace is for. Like, they're like, hey, don't put that in there. I'm like, no, but like that.
Yeah.
That is.
It's a part of the story.
That is the story.
Yeah.
So it's like, but you're talking about men coming over and having sex and like, we're not going in. But that is the grace. Is because the greater the grace you can receive, the deeper you're like into like. So she's basically saying nobody should be disconnected from the love of God if I can still but they were like, but they go, hey, we can't.
Yeah.
But you couldn't say that is not Christian.
No, exactly. She became the person that her dog wanted her to be.
Oh,
That's what I think. That's the standard right
100%.
there.
That's the title of the book, actually.
All right. Thank you for the question,
Good
anonymous
question.
person.
Yeah.
You can say your name, This is this is a nice one right here.
Let's hear it.
Yo, what up, shorty? This is Anna. Just wanted to say hi.
Yo.
I saw John and Aaron, both of you guys, at the Florida show in Tampa, somewhere around there. I'm not quite sure. I'm one of your younger audience members. John might remember me from we got picked to come see him by his sister, and he made a video for Julia, and it was pretty cool, not gonna lie. And Aaron, I saw you too. It was cool. I'll see it on my Instagram at Imagine Anna if you want to go follow it.
Dude, plug it our handles in here.
On someone else's pod.
Wow.
Bold move.
Yeah, very bold move.
I'm not even allowed to do that.
I'm impressed.
And yeah, just wanted to see how you guys were doing. And yeah, that's all. I've been kind of going to Chick-fil-A a lot. Wearing my Baptized in Sweet t-shirt. Promo. Awesome.
She's
This
selling
girl is
your
a
merch.
businesswoman.
Yeah, dude. She's
Two
selling
spots.
her stuff
I
and
like
your
it.
stuff.
Oh my Check My Heart shirt.
Still hasn't gotten to the
Another
question.
promo.
Yep.
And I just wanted to say that it is unacceptable that Walmart has only at Target stuff in their toy aisles, which is unacceptable. So you might want to fix that, John. Anyways, nice talking to you guys again, and I hope you listen to this. Love you guys. Peace.
Oh,
Peace.
she loves us.
All right.
Wraps it up with the
Thank you for the
salutations.
voicemail. Dude, get
I
on that with
appreciate
Walmart, man.
Come on, dude. I'm following her on Instagram.
You get your fans out here selling your merch. Dude.
Come on, dude. Hey, look, I got to show you something. This is hilarious. This is an Instagram I just got today. Are you ready for this? You'll die. This is just reminding me of it. Hey, John, just wanted to tell you a funny story. Well, it's not funny to me, but ... My daughter walked out of my house on Friday morning and went and eloped with a guy she'd never dated, and she had her Check Your Heart shirt on.
Oh, my gosh.
I haven't seen her since.
Are you serious?
I go, is this for real? She goes, I'm not even kidding. I'm heartbroken. I'm her mother, and it hurts, but why would you wear that shirt to go elope?
Oh my gosh, dude!
I was like, "Yo, I don't. This is a social responsibility.
Yeah,
I'm
what
not
are you
ready
supposed
for.
to do about that?
What do you want me to do?
I
Like,
wish you luck.
She's like, check your heart. Like
Yeah.
I was like, hey, listen, this is beyond my scope. I have no idea.
Here we go. Here's another one right here.
Hi, this is Dustin from San Diego.
No, no.
Big fan of the podcast. Just calling in a question for John Crist, and I was wondering if John has ever considered like expanding the Check Your Heart merchandise branding. Like I know they've done some stuff, but I just wonder if he's ever considered like expanding to other ideas, like maybe like a partnership with like a Tums, like a Check Your Heart heartburn, and you could maybe have a single. That'd be crazy. Make a Check Your Heart single, and maybe like a devotional plan or something could do with like a Beth Moore, some partnership, or like
Smart.
a children's
This guy's
I don't know what that is. Beth Moore?
Yeah, so she's like a preacher.
Oh, okay.
Christian preacher.
play set with like a little stethoscope, Check Your Heart, and John could be doing one of his signature little moves, Check Your Heart, something like that.
Hey, does he know that
Kids
it's
love it.
audio? We can't see the move he's doing. You're like, dude, we can't do hand motions, my man. This is a podcast.
That's Dustin Dickerson.
Yeah, he's our buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do have a single coming out though.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear it. DJ Michael's involved?
Yeah, come on. Wait, what about what did you say to me? Remember when you used to do comedy?
Yeah, that's what at the end of this, he says, like, I don't know, like, I just wondered if you ever are going to do stand-up.
Yeah.
That's what he says at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. This is good advice from that guy. We should hire that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Smart. Have you ever seen him, like, eat it?
Dustin?
Yeah.
No. Have
Me
you?
neither.
No, I've never seen that guy.
He's too cocky, I feel like, doesn't he?
He's so not
Because he
cocky,
trashes
though.
on everyone in the bus.
But he's never, like, arrogant about himself.
No,
like, I'm going to go out there and kill.
Yeah, no. He told me a story the other day. He's like, I just murdered so hard for 25 minutes or something. He goes,
Yeah.
he goes, because the girl before me got off stage, and she goes, "Good luck following that." And then he got got so pissed that he's like, "I'm about to bring out all the hits, and I'm gonna deliver." Like it wasn't like a show that like needed your A game, but he's like, "All right, if you're gonna do this, then I'm gonna sweep up here."
Yeah,
because sometimes you gotta.
Dude, if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, all right.
You bringing out all
I'm
the
not doing any new stuff.
No,
dude. I'm going
You're bringing it
full
all out.
throttle.
Well, you know what, dude? I think I misstepped on that show last week that I was on with you.
Wait, what do you mean?
The Wine Mom Wednesday?
Yeah.
Because I was going to do, it's like a Wednesday show, and I like got there, and I had written, because I wrote down a set list before I got up there, and then I was like closing it.
Yeah.
And I think you gotta bring your A game to close, and I didn't, because I wanted to like do all this new stuff. Because I was thinking I was going to be in the middle somewhere, 5 to 8 minutes, nobody. But it was like, but she came up after me, but she had already been up.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like introduced as like I feel like I let her down.
Oh,
I did not do well.
You had a good set.
I know, but I should have come with all of it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
yeah.
Dude,
I was
what's
like,
best for you.
Yeah, if you're gonna be the one at the end of the paper, you should probably for the sake of the whole show.
Oh yeah, but you weren't the last act up. She was.
Yeah, she came up
headlining
after.
it.
Yeah,
it went great.
I was trying to figure out.
I love that
new
you
things.
just co-headlined arenas with Larry the Cable Guy, and you're worried that you didn't
like,
have the best 10-minute set.
I got to fix my stuff for Why Mom Wednesday.
All right, last question here.
Let's hear it.
Hey, John and Aaron, it's Lucy. I just wanted to ask you guys, like, who your favorite person in the comedy business is. Like, who do you think has really supported you throughout your career at the beginning stages and, when you've gotten some traction? Who's given you some good gigs? What's your favorite comedy club? I just want your full, honest answer. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Wow.
Wow. Well, let's talk about bookers first.
Yeah.
Let's see who our favorite or least favorite bookers are.
The guys at the Comedy Zone have always taken good care of me. Let's see.
Atlanta,
Stardom in Birmingham.
Yeah, all the southern.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Not any of them around here.
I don't get much love from here in Nashville. where I
Comedy
live.
Catch, though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's why I have to travel outside the city.
Yeah. Third Coast.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the one that'll actually sting. That's Lucy, my girlfriend, works at Zanies Comedy Club. Lucy.
So we take that
Thank
back.
you so much.
We're going to edit that out. No, we're not. We're
Zanies is the best.
Yeah,
it's the best, man.
What are we? You know what show we're missing right now?
What's that? No, Maurice Claret's podcast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, it's something in muscles.
Yeah,
right?
that's Maurice Claret. You remember Maurice Claret?
Of course, with the ACL. Oh no, that was
he's the Ohio State running back.
Yeah, he did something bad.
Yeah.
Who was the guy? Reggie Willis McGahee was against him with the ACL. Remember that on the line?
Ohio State, Miami. Yeah, I remember that. I can't watch those.
I never forget
injuries,
that.
Dude.
Yeah, you can't.
No,
I like him.
Do you really?
I'm into it.
No, you're not.
What's
your favorite one?
I like the what was the guy from Louisville? Remember his bone was coming out of his
Kevin Ware.
Yeah. That was pretty gruesome.
I can't even look at that one. You can see exposed bone.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
What about
Paul George had a really bad one.
Yeah, that was tough.
And then the most famous one is like Joe Theismann.
Yeah, Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward's was bad.
Remember RG3?
I never saw his.
He was just limping. Like you could see that knee was like holding on for dear life.
Oh my gosh.
But do you like when people I like watching people get knocked out in boxing. You like those highlights?
Like street fights. I don't like boxing, but like,
well, just when people just are just cold, got them.
Yeah,
that I do enjoy that.
My favorite video is this drunk guy at like a house, and he's in this guy's face, and the guy whose face he's in is like not drunk at all. He's just like, and he's like, do something. After like 30 seconds, the guy just does something. It just knocks him out.
And just it's the best.
Went out cold, dude.
Just like when like on those boxers and they put their hands down and just like kind of like shimmying around like they're cocky and they're just.
There was one recently, an MMA fighter that started doing a little dance.
Because that's the one where you can like get like you can get yourself killed, not killed, but like you.
Yeah.
I don't know, how does it do that? Do you know?
Oh,
like biologically, how it does that?
No idea.
It get hit so hard in the head, but you like your muscles like freeze instantly.
Oh my gosh,
that's how you get knocked out. How do you?
I didn't know that.
No, but how do you? You don't know how?
No, I've never been knocked out.
I haven't either.
Many people have tried, but
you ever got in a fight?
I was in a couple bar fights in college.
I was in a couple.
I was never the instigator. I was just the guy that jumped in and defended my friend.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah.
There's always like if let's say fighting is weird because if somebody like messed with your girlfriend, like, and you were like, all right, even if I get beat up here, I'm still come out the winner. Because I stood up for something that was right and noble, or if somebody's messing with a child or a woman that is defenseless, you were like, all right, I have to.
Just by doing you're in the right. Just by
doing it. But there could be a fight where you lose. No, but you win the fight, but you still lose. You're like, you shouldn't be like you pull up to a gas station and some guy's like, what? You're like, what's up?
Yeah.
You want to go? All right, let's do it. And then you just there's no reason for you to be fighting.
Exactly.
So it doesn't really. I don't think winner or loser of the fight matters as much as like why are you fighting?
What are you fighting for?
Yeah, what? Turn in your Bibles to John 4, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you fighting for? But I was thinking of one time I got in a fight at the intramurals. It's always around sports. We were playing intramural basketball. My buddy Joel in my fraternity was like, he just was like barreling down the lane. He would grab the ball, take 3 steps, and then and he was just bigger than everyone, and he was just like bullying people, just coming right down the lane. And I don't know why, but I was like, enough. And like the next time, and I just bodied it.
Really?
Just tackled
you didn't
him.
take a charge. You just
I just went right into
it. Was
just like with my elbow.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he punched me in the face.
Yeah. And how
as he should have.
How soon after that did the two of you make up?
20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. He lived right next to me in the frat house. So I was like, all right, this can't be like a. But guys are like that.
Have I told you that story that my dad always tells?
No.
My dad was a high school principal for 25 years, and he said on the same day one year, 2 guys got in a fight in the classroom. One of them was like zoning out and just but he was staring at somebody. And he didn't realize it. So the guy was like, "What are you looking at?" And the guy was, "I'm looking at you, man." And they got up and had a fist fight.
Yeah.
And they got brought to my dad's office. So my dad brings them in,
looking at you, bro.
And they were like, "Hey, we talked it out.
Yeah,
we're completely
already worked
fine."
it
they
out.
already worked it out.
Yeah.
Later that day, 2 girls got in a fist fight in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
And they got brought to my dad's office, and he brings them in. And he goes, "What happened?" And one of the girls goes, "This started in 7th grade." They were like, "This is like a 5 or 6 year thing."
So stellar.
Yeah, that's the difference.
That's the way to this been brewing up. I just don't like.
Sometimes it's good to get rid of that energy.
Yeah, you gotta let
it's
it
like
out.
when we played basketball on the tour last fall.
Yeah,
I got some energy out.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. We're like, hey.
I got pretty mad at one point.
And then you dabbed it up, and you went back and had a drink.
Well,
on
you
the
know
bus.
what I think it is? I used to be really good at sports.
Yeah,
and then
you lost
it.
it.
Yeah, well, part of me still thinks it's in there somewhere, but like
it's in there.
I can't do it the way I used to, and I get frustrated.
Yeah,
and so when Michael was like
bodying you, in the paint,
I got upset,
I don't like
dude.
This. But that doesn't worry me, or like a guy to another guy. That's just how we like. Girls would be like, "Oh my goodness!" Like he looked at him. Like I don't like the way they're raising their voices.
Yes.
Dudes are like, "Yeah, that's just kind of how that happens."
Yeah. It was a physical sport.
There's like no one's gonna be like, I'm leaving the tour. Like, that's
our relationship was better for that.
Yeah, now somebody might like the next day be like, "Oh, dude, you mad?" And it's gonna be funny. Like we're like, there's literally not a soon enough that you can make the joke.
Yes.
Cause you're like, yeah.
Do you ever see that movie Fury with Brad Pitt?
No.
The director, it was like a World War II movie.
Okay, yeah.
And every day the director would make all the actors get together and just fight each other. To start the day.
Yeah, just to be like,
to get everybody in that mindset and to just ease all the tension.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. We should do that before every show.
Let's do it.
In the spring.
Punch me in the face.
Right before.
There's something, Fight Club is like a top 10 for everybody.
Yeah.
Why, do you think? Because there's something about
there's part of us that wants to participate in something like that.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Or you like, I think comedy is like well, I don't know, because some comics aren't maybe, but you do feel like you never know somebody that's like, dude, they're like the guy in the movie. He was just like 9 to 5 office, come home, watch TV, cook a hot pocket. There was no like anything happening in his brain or or excitement, or you drink a beer. Everything's just kind of dull, and like you're like, this is not the way to live.
No.
Or we were at Nate Bargassi's house, and he has like this like what's it, those the 3D goggles? Not what they're called.
No, like a VR.
Yeah, VR, and you put them on, and you go into this thing, and then you go into this elevator, and you like press 50th floor, and it takes you all the way up there, and you like walk out on this like plank. It's like I was in his living room, but it felt so real, and I was like,
they're amazing.
I got on my knees. I was like, I'm not walking out there. I was like, dude, it's not.
Yeah.
But you do. It's like it feels real. It feels real, and it's like sometimes you want to like feel something, and then so you want to like. I mean, I don't know about the fighting, but I do like. I think everybody can relate to that.
Yeah.
Because then he's now like. He's in pain, but he is like alive.
Yes.
As a human, he's alive.
Every man dies, not every man truly lives.
That's one. Wait, where is that?
That's a Mel Gibson movie, my man. That is Braveheart, dude.
Braveheart, come on.
Yeah,
dude.
that's a movie where you watch it and you're like,
perfect.
man, that's a man right there.
That's a grown man.
I want to,
Yeah, because I remember the line that he gets me is like, for what? So 20 years from now, you're going to be laying in your bed, in your deathbed, and thinking what I would give for one shot.
Just one more
opportunity.
Chance.
For freedom.
Yeah.
And everybody goes nuts, man.
Get you fired up.
Yeah, that's a fantastic,
unbelievable movie.
And it's for like a greater purpose. Like first he was like to protect a woman, but then it was like for like a country. It's like some kind of greater.
Yeah, his cause broadened throughout the movie.
And then it was even big. And then, so like everybody's like, you want to be like, I'm a part of the Crist family, or I'm an American, or I'm a Christian, or I'm a Atlanta Falcons fan, or I am a part of the Nashville comedy scene, or there's these groups that we are like a part of that make you feel like you ever been to a game where they have that flyover?
Yeah.
And you just want to enlist in the Army.
Yeah, we had almost every Notre Dame game they have a flyover.
Yeah, and it makes you want to enlist, doesn't it?
Dude.
That's the number one advertisement for the military.
Man.
You're just like, yeah.
A really well sung national anthem. That'll do it to me too.
I was at the
I like the stadiums where everybody sings it together.
Yeah.
That really gets me going.
Me and I was at the 9/11 museum because I was in New York City on Monday, and I was telling the person I was with, I was like, man, you know what? We watched the whole documentary and the whole thing. I was like, hey, you know what I love is that freaking at the Preds game when they stand up and honor the military.
Dude,
it is
that's
so
best,
powerful.
Yeah,
because it's like you're all here a part of this kind of small group, this Predators. We're all here on that team.
Yeah.
But then somebody says but the bigger team.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, dude.
We're here at a Preds game, which in the grand scheme of things, not that important.
Not that important.
But then
of a
this
team.
thing happens, and we all kind of acknowledge
everybody.
Oh, this is a greater thing that we're all
and you
part
know
of.
what's crazy, dude? And I shouldn't say this as a fact, but I never seen that happen in Los Angeles.
Really?
No. Like at like a Clippers game or like a Kings game.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a Southern thing or more like a little bit more patriotic, but I've never seen that.
Most of the stuff I've been to is here in the South, but yeah, SEC football games, they always do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
and
dude,
you're like, I'm in.
Dude, because it kills every time.
Every time, yeah. And you could say it's probably kind of like a commercial thing. Like you know that the people here are probably going to be for that, but everyone's for that, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Hey.
I'd like to think. You ever see George Bush throw the first pitch out after 9/11 in New York City?
Unbelievable.
One of the best moments in sports, dude. Perfect strike, right down the middle.
God, well, sports is always like the same thing happened with Boston with that marathon bombing. and then the Red Sox. No, the Bruins played. Mm-hmm. And then there's nothing that would rally everybody kind of like sports.
Yeah.
Because where else is everybody going to like meet?
Exactly. Where else is there common ground between
like the
everybody?
President will do his own speech, but the people have not met. And nor are they going to schedule a new event just to meet about the thing. But everybody is like, hey, the Preds game or like the Bruins game or like, is there a Dodgers game?
Yeah.
Well, I'll go to that.
Yeah.
And every time every time there's like a natural disaster, they like, because dude, we would watch because you know that one plane that went down in Pennsylvania? Mm-hmm. It was flying low enough that people were leaving voicemails for their family.
No, yeah.
Have you heard those?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the transcripts of them.
I was like, gee. So we listened to a couple of them, and then like they knew that they were the pilot, the Muslim guys were like in the front, and the people were like breaching the door to get in to like take it over because they kind of knew, they heard what else the Twin Towers had both been
they
attacked.
knew that. Oh, I didn't know that.
And so they were like, oh, and you could hear like the audio of the like the Muslim, and they were like, he's like, all right, the doors are literally, this is sad, this is bringing down this podcast, but the doors are being breached. Let's run it. Let's take it down. Like let's take it into the ground. And like, cause they went straight down pretty much. And they were like he was like, right before he was like, Allah is the greatest. Like right before that, you could hear him say that.
Oh wow,
which was like wild.
Yeah.
And so, but when you watch like what was the point of it? The point of it was like to overthrow America and like to and get rid of it. Like because the same thing happened at my church. There was a guy with a gun came into my church.
Oh wow.
This was probably in 2012 or something. He had 1,000 rounds, and he got kicked out of this youth Christian camp or something, and so he was mad at.
As a kid?
Yeah, he's 19. He's mad at Christians, and these people are mad at America, right? They're coming in to try to take it down, but the same thing happens every time. They get stronger and binds them all closer. We freaking built a tower 3 times the size of it just to be like, yeah, that's not really. Yeah. My church became so much closer. Sure. We had it was on Sunday, and he came in with 1,000 rounds, and 2 people lost their lives. But then there's somebody with a plain clothes had a gun and shot him. And then what that did to
I can't imagine.
Everybody was like, right?
Yeah.
And you could maybe argue with those days after 9/11 that it was when America was the closest and when people were looking out for other people and people were and now, you're not saying now that we're but that it always turns out different than what you think.
Yeah.
I'm going to bomb Boston. I'm going to,
yeah.
Now there's might be some people might lose their lives, but this is going to bring this city way closer.
They're scooping out, but they didn't get at the source of the well.
Come on,
you know what I mean?
Dude.
There it is.
There ain't going to be no profanity on this podcast.
That's right, dude.
Or there is or there's not.
Oh, dude, there's so much cussing and vulgarity.
I forgot what his line.
You don't like cussing and vulgarity? Click up off this channel. It's gonna go downhill tonight.
Come on,
it is, man.
Have you reached out to this guy?
I should.
Does he know that he's famous from your podcast?
Well, he's not famous yet. I haven't posted this yet.
Oh yeah. Wait, this is first? Oh, I thought this drop happens in every episode.
This is the second episode where I've done
a lot of pressure.
So
man.
this
is
yeah. We'll see.
There's no drops.
Mega Skeet 420. Reach out, dude.
Wait, is that what he is on YouTube?
Yeah, Mega Skeet 420.
That's gonna be tough to find that guy. We've tried to. YouTube or the YouTube people are the hardest people to contact. Because if you sent me a message on YouTube, I'll never see it.
You don't check your
never
DMs on YouTube.
No, I should actually. I mean,
you probably got so many sitting in there.
I never have. I've seen comments. Sometimes I look at the comments just to make sure I didn't do anything drastically wrong, like in a video.
Okay.
I look at the comments after
you read YouTube comments?
No, just to make sure there wasn't somebody naked in the background that I didn't or something that I drastically missed in the editing.
Yeah.
But as long as it's we're going.
I was going to say that might be the one thing I would not read.
Or somebody, no. But so I think there was somebody that had. I want to say they had something of mine that was copyright. You can't put that up on the internet of me. It wasn't derogatory, but it was just like, and then they were like, reach out to him first and like tell, because he was like kind of a fan of mine, but it was not, didn't put me in the best light. It was like, reach out to him and just ask him to take it down. And I was like, well, how am I ever going to find this guy? I'm never in a million years going to find this guy. Be like, hey, can we talk? Like, yeah, on YouTube. Yeah.
When I was like 10, I put out a song on YouTube.
Yeah.
That got some traction.
Come on, dude.
And somebody in like Romania did a remix of it.
Okay.
You know, like
making fun of it?
No,
no,
like
okay, yeah.
Well, maybe.
No, we're not sure.
But a few years later, I got so embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
That I took it down.
Okay.
But that video was still up. So I messaged the guy. I was like, hey, like I'm 14 now.
I'm
an
mature.
adult.
Hey, dude, I'm 14 now.
And he sent me a message back, and he was like, I'll take it down. Yeah, no problem. He took it down.
I think the majority of like people are like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, because they were like, hey, man, like, I'm me, and I'm a little like, I can't believe that, but the Fire Festival, that one guy, that one part.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. The team player, dude.
Yeah. I was that when I was like, yo.
I saw an article. He's like upset with
He should be.
Yeah.
He 100% should
portrayed.
be.
Yeah.
He 100% should be.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want to be known as that. And I was like, well, it's too late.
Hey. All right. So so basically whoever produced that is like, all right, if we put this in, it's going to ruin this guy's life. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But also,
they probably had discussions about that.
Also, it makes very compelling television.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Man, that's
is it worth it?
Oh, man. Dude. I don't know. I mean, it was unbelievable to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, because you hear like, I mean, we've got, not to that extent, but things in my act that are like, yo, this is like hilarious, but I do know that there's like, I used to have like a joke about people with emotional support pets, and how they're like late, or they're like dumb, and like and then a couple came to my show one time, and he was like in the meet and greet, and he had like from the Army, like a veteran with PTSD, and like, but it was real. He wasn't trying to be like grandstanding, or
that's
like,
best case scenario
with a little poodle in the airport, like with a white girl, be like, but I was like, oh
yeah.
So like, if he was, and I took that joke out that night, because I was like, man, this guy's sitting in the front row, like trying to, you know what I'm saying? So we're like, would the joke kill? Yes.
Yeah.
But when I had a conversation with him, he said, I love when people make these jokes because I hate them too.
Oh.
Because I know that you're not talking about me.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about the white girls.
Keep telling the joke then.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, I love it, dude.
Okay.
And that's usually the case. But if somebody was like, hey, like, there's like Christian other like personalities that I think go too far to like, that are like, you tearing people down. Like specific people. Now sometimes you make a joke about something in the culture that a lot of churches do. It's not one person specifically. It's you guys do this, or this denomination does this, or this. When you're coming after one person, but it's killing. Like the Fire Festival, like that, you're like, I'm not comfortable with like you're playing God here, kind of.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or if you do, you're like, yeah, I don't. He's basically, because he said, yeah, I mean, I can tell you this because this is definitely not going anywhere. Remember, he said that right before he said that. He goes, well, I guess I can say the story because it's never gonna.
I forgot he prefaced it that way.
And they left that in.
Yeah. Man.
I don't know.
That's cold-blooded, dude.
It's cold-blooded,
That's cold-blooded,
But then you're like, all right, well, he did say it.
He did say it with a microphone, knowing it'd be used for
and
something.
with a microphone and a video and a camera in front of him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's like that Bill Burr bit about the guy that owned the Clippers.
Oh yeah, Donald Sterling.
Yeah, he goes. Yeah. He was like defending him. Like, well, she said she can hang out with him.
You can build a snowman with them. You can rub your bellies together. Just don't put it on Instagram. Oh yeah.
So the only way to handle that is like with humor. It's the only way.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why everybody's listening to this podcast.
Well, I think that might be
it's a wrap.
A good place to end it, man. You want to plug anything, dude?
Yeah. No, I'm good. Man. I'll probably.
He's good. You'll be good.
No, I'm good on the plugs.
You'll be
my
good,
name's
man.
John Crist. Yeah. Find me on the internet.
Okay.
Is that cocky to
You're
say?
on the internet?
I would say.
You made it on there?
Somebody said one time, like, I was at an open mic one time, and the guy goes, man, a lot of great comics here tonight. One of these days, you're going to see one of these comics on YouTube. We're like, okay, we should wrap this up. Okay.
All right, dude. Well, thanks so much for coming by, man.
It's a wrap, my man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right. That was it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to that fun conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Want to remind you again, I will be headlining Zanies Comedy Club on November 20th. That's a Wednesday night. Would love to have you come out. I got some other fun comics on there with me. It's going to be a really good show. A couple other dates. Just see if I'll be in your area soon. May 29th, I'll be at the Soaring Eagle Casino in Mount Pleasant, Michigan with Carmen Lynch, very funny comedian. And then later that weekend, I'll be at Dr. Grin's in Grand Rapids, Michigan, also with Carmen Lynch. June 6th through the 8th, I'm going to be at the Stardome Comedy Club in Birmingham, Alabama with Henry Cho. The next weekend, June 13th through the 16th, I'll be at Stand Up Live in Huntsville with a very funny Pat McGann. Then June 19th in Crossville, Tennessee, I'm going to be at Spike's Grill with Leslie Norris Townsend. I'm excited about that one. Leslie's very funny. June 27th, I'm doing a fundraiser at the Pancake Pantry here in Nashville, Tennessee. Pickin' and Grinnin' at the Pantry. I don't know any details about that event, but I heard pancakes and I signed on. But no, it's actually it's a great event for a great cause. So definitely look into that. And then I'm doing some other stuff. I'm getting bored reading these out, but I've got some stuff. So go to AaronWeberComedy.com. Check those out. If I'm in your town, I'd love to see you. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys. Have a pleasant day.